Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers, Facebookians. Welcome to another edition of Living Simply Fun. We're going to talk about cigars. So, Aaron, move it over here.
Yeah.
Good.
So I'm actually in it.
Yes, we want to make the three boys happy.
You can't lose the big man here.
No, don't forget, we got to make our three boys happy, right?
Yes, and now
Justin, Wyatt, and Monty.
And now I've become Yao Ming, so. See? The back says Yao. Anyways, if you haven't seen yet, we are smoking the... Get that down.
Take it off,
Nope. We are smoking the Gurkha... What is that? The Majesty's Honor. $750 a stick. Yeah. No, we're just kidding. We have the gold band instead of the green. So this is only the Grand Reserve, which is $13.99 a stick. We paid $12.49, so we actually got $1.50 off a stick on these, according to most websites. So,
I just want to say for the record, the only way I'd be getting a $750 stick
is if you hit the lottery.
And then I would buy boxes
unless one of our very gracious watchers says, I want to see you review a $750 cigar, I'll send you $1,500 in cigars. That's not likely to happen, so we can have our dreams. We will also be reviewing during this episode the Reserva Casillero del Diablo Cabernet Sauvignon 2013 from Chile. And we really look forward to giving this a try. So
I gotta get something set up, so continue.
Anyways,
I forgot a few things.
I am going to fire my stick up. Yeah. Oh, beforehand. Give you an idea of the scents.
Where's my ice cream thing?
This smells kind of like a sweetened barnyard.
I don't care. Oh, dead anyway.
Or
my blue thing. Oh, bad.
Or like a stinky sock with sugar. It's actually a very appealing smell, though. I wish I could tell you more,
Liz,
but
can you shut up?
My nose doesn't really pick up much more. It's just a very strong scent, though. And it's very nice. Maybe some floral in there with the stinky sock.
I do want to say, for the records, while we're getting this put together, for the records for my viewers out there, as well as Aaron's, I want to say that I'm despising the guy who runs the cigar shop. We got these because every time we go in, he runs out. And I want to talk to him about my frickin' pipe tobacco. So,
yeah, now he's booking it from us because he knows he doesn't have it. And
yes. So, he's a big...
Watch out, Moppy was leaning on your chair and it came off the ground.
By the way, I cuddled with Moppy today pretty good, so where the hell did I'm not with it today, people.
What is it?
I was going to finish this.
Oh. Gotta give her a lighter.
Didn't get it taken out of the tube yet because I am just, trying to figure. Alright, here we go. The sniff test. All I'm picking up is huge amounts of cognac.
Which was actually very noticeable outside the tube through the glass.
Just so you know, for the record, for some of you out there that might have seen our videos in the past, I will say it once, for disclaimer purposes, Gurkha is hit and miss. And that is my disclaimer. So what you might get might be better, what I might get might be crappier.
Kind of bitter on the lips, but tasty. By the way, a little history lesson on this is supposedly the Monica's choice, as Bill Clinton had it. I would assume that using one of these on a woman, sorry women that are watching this, would not very well be easy. It's actually a very kind of soft wrapper, and I'm afraid that if you tried to, this would break. So, since this was the cigar in question, I suppose he actually used the glass tube. There's no way he used this, because this would not have held up. So, anyways, this was Bill Clinton's choice of cigar. He would buy these by the box.
And for the record, everyone, since Aaron and I know this already, and we are your... Can I see your cigar so I don't have to use the lighter, I mean?
Oh.
That Aaron and I wanted to also say, for the reference, just because we can in this video, President Clinton's personal cigar is the HMS at $7.50 a stick.
No, this was his go-to. He also would
I
keep
said
those on stock.
Obama.
Oh, Obama. And I'm pouring us some wine. I like the nice purplish color to this. I've not seen too many that have that reflection like that. This is kind of almost, I don't know. It's like a bright purple.
Hold on.
Yes. You're sitting further back than usual, but
Oh.
don't drag Moppy with it.
There we go. First of all, I gotta say, this isn't a bad flavor.
No. Oh, and the time right now is 6:40. We'll just classify it as 6:40, having smoked started. Even though I'm about 3 or 4 minutes in now. 2 or 3 maybe. Anyways, though.
Do you see, they think this is going to be a construction problem?
No, not yet. This is fairly viscous. The Casillero del Diablo, which I think means House of the Devil or something like that. But it's got a nice viscosity. It's got a very sweet smell. And I can clearly smell berries in it.
Can we just talk, for example, that the original retail price of the cognac alone that's used in this cigar is almost $5,300.
Yes. $5,300. It says 3,000. Oh, usually list price $5,300. Our price $2,900. Save $2,300. Yeah. So this is made with a $5,300 cognac, which that's the closest I'm ever going to come to drinking a $5,300 cognac.
Unless I win the lotto, then I have to pamper Aaron every night of his life, the rest of his life, with a huge humidor that's
I'm going to have to say, though, with this wine, I'm pretty certain it's got currants in it.
Doesn't it say on the bottle what it is on the back? Usually it says something. Why don't you read the description?
It's got an odd nip to it. A smooth Cabernet Sauvignon full of cassis and black cherries complemented by hits of mocha and dark chocolate. It's got a very unique end flavor to it.
Oh, yeah. I can see myself buying another bottle of this just to have on hand. But we just want to say the more wines we review, not just for cigars, but for wine drinkers like Aunt Aya. Gotta give a shout out to her. We do this for a hobby. Now, in my opinion, some wines are better than others. However, we try to pair it properly with good cigars. Now, we're not gonna, as Aaron said, we could use different brand. We can do same company and brands of different wines, but we do not. The disclaimer is we're not going to be brand favorites. Yeah. Like Francis Coppola.
You wanted to get like 2 Coppolas today, and I was like, no, we did a Coppola last month. Let's stay away from the Coppolas for a while. She even got another dark horse, and we did a dark horse last month too. So the 2 that we're going to be doing another type of their wine this month is because she wanted to. But everything else is stuff we've never tried before from any company of theirs. I can't believe we're trying a Kirkland wine, though, but it kind of struck me. I was like, never heard of this. It looks good. And then I realized it was a Kirkland brand. I'm like, oh, Costco's own brand, yay. Not that that's a big problem. They could have some fine wine. You never know. the Rioja.
I just want to say for the Rioja is
If we're
bottled by
pronouncing that right.
Bodegas Muro Eliego España
Oh, you're
RE.
butchering the heck out of that.
Basically, it's a California wine, but it's bottled for Dominican de Oregon. So
Now, my first thoughts on this cigar is it's
Oh.
got a very fresh flavor.
Can
to
I
it.
point out something before he
Yes.
thinks this is unique? It's got a serial number on the back.
Oh, well. Serial numbers make everything wonderful. Anyways, this has a very fresh flavor to it. I can very much pick up that. I don't know. This cigar seems like it was maybe rolled yesterday. I'm sure it's because of the tube it's in. This kind of has the taste of sitting around a bunch of reeds laying out in some grove right in the middle of the forest where it's just nothing but reeds and a little river running past. It's just what reminds me, don't kick your wine.
May I just say for the record, now talking about for a second when I talked about the guy, who ran a Lance cigar shop, could be he's anti-trans too, just to say for the least.
He went out of his way to help us out numerous times. I also pick up a scent of cherry in this. And there's a slight paperish flavor. Not like burnt paper, but like fresh paper.
I'm picking up hints of honey in this cigar.
I would say so too. Very clearly honey. The flavors in this are extraordinary so far. There's nothing that seems to fail to impress me to this point. It's definitely worth the hype, and I can see why Clinton would like them. They are not candy. I thought these were going to end up being like a Cuba Cuba because of the St. Louis and
I will say one
cognac.
thing.
I thought they'd be very sugary.
This cigar is a complex cigar, but so far on my radar, and I'm just going to say it for me, and don't say it's because I'm a woman, but it's a mild cigar. Gurkha's hit and miss on their flavor types.
It actually pairs very nice with this wine.
Excuse me, so far, all the wines that we've tried so far, you've matched it up pretty damn good. So technically,
both of these kind of have that back end flavor that lingers in your mouth. It's almost the same flavor that lingers. So right now, I'm going to say these pair very well, but that's just an initial point.
I would like to make a statement for all of you out there, our loyal subscribers, that Mr. Aaron better be finding a store where we're going so we can pair up at least 2 to 3 wines before I go and have surgery. Because,
Well, we'll see. Next month is going to be a difficult month. We can't even guarantee that there will be a video. We will try to do a video from where we're going, though. It would be a shame not to be able to. And we're going to take the camera with us. So
I want to say also for all of you out there that I want to say for the record that when it comes to where we're going, I'm going to try my damnedest to get a smoking room.
A smoking loon? We got a smoking loon to try with some of the cigar one day. The original smoking loon. Oh, wait, you said smoking room. Never mind, I need a hearing aid.
So, are we done?
Yep, for now. We will see you at the end of the first third, going into the second third.
Please add and subscribe. Thank you.
Hello and welcome back. We've now hit the end of the first third, beginning of the second third. So far, so good. The wine it pairs very nicely. I think it's a little sweeter than the cigar, which kind of offsets the cigar a little bit. So I'm kind of less appreciating the wine as much with this cigar because this cigar has such an intricate flavor that I really, really just enjoy the cigar. and the wine sort of kind of detracts, even though it complements, if you know what I mean. So, to me, I'd have the cigar alone, I think, just because of the flavors. So
I
far,
personally think, and I'm not going, for the record, I'm not being sponsored, but I think this would go good with a good claret or a good scotch.
but it still kind of has that leathery, paperish taste, a very fresh flavor to it still, some floral notes perhaps.
I'm picking up honey,
Honey, definitely.
a little bit of vanilla.
Mm. And I'm still picking up that cherry too. This is just so far to this point.
In my opinion, the cherry is a black cherry.
It's very, very appealing, this cigar. So much so, it doesn't need a wine to pair it. And the wine's very good. So,
And by the way, for some of you out there here at Living Simply and Fun, before you sit there and say we must be poor, I'm the one invested in it, the cigars. This one here, not him.
These were for Valentine's Day, so we did splurge. $12.49 each. This was as much for her as pretty much the rest of the Valentine's presents we bought each other. And the ones I bought her, the Cohiba Nicaragua 6x60, was $13.99 and was, again, almost equivalent to the, Valentine's presents I got her. Careful, his head's under there, and you just lifted it off again. We will be having one of these sometime soon in a video, but it wasn't right today. This was our choice.
I also want to say...
Now, you may say, it's not Valentine's Day, so why are you smoking them? The reason for that is that we also got each other a Christmas to Go To sampler.
Oh, yeah.
That has in it a Rocky
I'm pulling
Patel.
it up right
I know
now.
what it is now. A Rocky Patel Edge, a Cohiba Red Dot, not Edge, Decade, a Alec Bradley Presinato, Ave Maria Divina, and a Man of War Ruinition. Was it Ruinition? No,
Comes
it's
with the
Armada.
Alex Bradley Presinato.
I said that. The only one I didn't get was the Man of War Armada. So it was $29.99 for all those cigars. I know the Man of War Armada is about 12 to 15. The Divina's about 15. The Decade, I think, is close to 10 at our local stores. The Red Dot's about 10 at our local stores, and the Presinato's about 9 at our local stores.
For the record, we were lucky. The Divina is a Toro size cigar.
Yeah, so we even get the bigger size of the two expensive ones. The other ones are kind of shorter. They're Robusto size. So we're really, really looking forward to that. And the Divina was the one that we bought that for each other. And so the Divina will be our Valentine's Day cigar.
I just want to say, for the
we
record,
also got a Quesada winter pack.
For the record, me and Aaron was going to invest. If we didn't invest in the $29.99, I want to speak on this. We were going to get the box press beauties that had a 6x60 Divina.
We got 14 reviews coming to you this month. 14. Because we also have a Carlos Torrania Vega Dominicano Torpedo, and we also have an Amati Torpedo. I know, I saw that.
Yeah, but look at what you get for it.
Yeah, I know. You get the Diesel Rage, the Ave Maria Divina, the Man of War Ruinition, the La Herencia Cubana Core, and the HC Squared Habana.
The core is not available without being a bundle, if you didn't know. And the HC Squared Habano Perfecto, well, these are all $60 for 20 cigars. And it's called the AJ Fernandez Box Pressed Perfecto Mega Sampler.
Now, I've never had a Perfecto, surprisingly. I have never smoked a Perfecto. Yet, this has driven me. I wanted to try the La Perla Perfecto sampler when they had that. I don't know if they still have that, but I still haven't even tried a La Perla yet.
And by the way, if you notice that, they're all torpedo shaped too.
Perfectos are pointed at both ends. So you actually lose some in both ends of the cigar, so it's not really a 5-inch. It's more of a 6-inch with ends.
Yeah, but you got 60 ring gauge,
so you lose like an inch. I'll say also that the burn is very, very nice on this. I've not had any problems yet, which is nice because I know a lot of Gurkhas are hit and miss. And I'd really hate to see this miss because this is actually almost classified as like their second best cigar, even though I've had cigars that cost more than this from Gurkha. The Beauty that we had, the Churchill Beauty.
I didn't like the shaggy.
Actually, those were President sized.
Presidente.
Yeah, which is like 8-inch or something.
8x50s.
We also had the was it the Wicked? I think something like that.
And then there's the Diesel.
There was a Samurai.
No, the Warlord.
Warlord, yeah.
And then we had the Ancient Warlord, and that smoked like a dream, didn't it?
Yes. And well, no, the Warlord was. I don't even remember.
They don't even have the sampler anymore, so I wouldn't even worry about it.
But every cigar in that was $25, and they sent us 5 of each, and then we got them for like $30. So it was like a discounted sale.
And by the way,
what a deal that was!
I do want to say for some of you out there watching when we spliced the video together, I got one question for you, personal question: do I pass or not? Most people today in the grocery store and everything else was
I don't
fine.
know. I still think you need to do something about your dirty old socks there. Yeah, you should get something cute with little flowers on it or something.
Okay.
Well, you're gonna. You should try.
Okay.
Anyways, we'll see you when we reach the next section, which will be the final third of this thing.
Please
after
add and subscribe. Please post comments, leave feedback, suggestions. Thank you. And may God bless you all. Welcome back, everyone.
We're in the final third now. And we figured we'd just do a 3-part video this time instead of a 4-part. Oh, jeez. You just chugged the end of that.
It's because you're slow sipping and I'm, but we've been gabbing on and on and on the phone too, so.
Yeah.
Talking about sports.
Yeah, I thought Houston had moved from Houston.
Is that Adrunas guy still around?
No, he retired.
Oh, figures.
So, the flavors are still very standard. More floral in the end here. Definitely more floral. There's still that slight cherry flavor.
For the record, I agree with what he says.
There's still that cherry flavor and that lingering flavor that matches very well to the wine. The wine is a fairly good combination. I really could not see matching many other wines to this. And one thing I got to say about the wine is that it is definitely different for a Cabernet, and I can't put my finger on what it is. I think it's the aftertaste. It's kind of lingers in the back of the throat, slightly bitter, but very sweet at the same time.
I'll tell you what I know about wines, being an expert in alcohol. First of all, give me the bottle for a second. I'll explain some. What he's experiencing, being a sweetheart that he is the wine is not one of those crappy California blends. We're actually drinking something that is established from 1883 and, don't mind me, it's from Chile. And it's at 3 years old minimum. So because of all that, it's a better tasting, and I find foreign wines better.
Before I hand over to her, I'm going to give the Reserva Casillero del Diablo a 10.0 for a Cabernet Sauvignon. I'm really enjoying this cab. It stuck out at me, and it was the first bottle we bought today.
I do want to make a statement about wine, and you better explain it to our cigar reviewers and watchers, since we're doing this review tonight, he's doing all the tags and stuff, is people are going to probably message us eventually asking us why we're not trying whites. And what we're trying
We will
reds.
try whites, but reds pair better with cigars. Plain and simple, the whites are usually too sweet. And unless you're smoking a Cuba Cuba or something, or a Java Mint, a white is going to be ruined by the cigar. So it's better to stick with reds. Not in all cases, but in the most cases, red will be better with your cigar. So that's why we choose mostly reds. Also, we prefer reds. Rita never really got into whites, and I don't mind a Zinfandel now and then, or a Chardonnay. But I'm much more for the Cabernets, the Syrahs myself. So I like Shiraz.
And because I picked this up for a Valentine's gift for Aaron, I'd like to make one statement. When it comes to Valentine's Day stuff, for the record, when I buy lamb, it's usually from New Zealand or Australia. And I lived in both countries. 6 months in New Zealand, 4 years in Australia. And I know my foods pretty damn well. And I'm willing to teach Aaron, if he would listen, which he's a sweetheart and he does listen, how to make lamb stew naturally. Or Greek-style lamb like my wife did.
Yeah, I really want to do Greek-style lamb shanks sometime, but... Now, I'll go ahead with the cigar here. This cigar has been marvelous. It's almost a cigar that you do not want to pair a wine with because the flavors are extraordinary.
I do have a question for you then.
Yes.
Being a woman, and some people base my stupidity as a woman, not as a cigar smoker, but as a woman, for me, what do you think on the level? Is it mild, medium, or full body? Me, I think it moved up from mild to full body at the last...
I gotta definitely say, it's a beautiful flavor. It is full of flavor. This is not a cigar where you're gonna miss it. This is a cigar when you're done, you're gonna say, I want another. But as for the body, it's kind of very mild. So this is, if you're a mild-bodied cigar smoker, this has a lot of flavor with the mild taste, I guess you could say. It's not something that's a full-bodied cigar, but has very little flavor in it, which I've had before. I've also had very mild cigars that have no flavor either, or little to no flavor. So,
let me just say, for the record, even though you get these cool tubes and everything, and Aaron will probably agree with me, I hope, that I'd rather spend the money for 3 of these than a Cohiba Diamante.
I will agree with that, as the Diamante was horrid. For $33, I didn't even really get to try hers. But it was a patchwork job where somebody had to take little pieces of, old tobacco and lick it and put on, and you could see a square here and a square there and a patch here and a patch there. It was a horrid looking cigar. And for $30, that wasn't even cool. And it had no flavor. There wasn't anything to really speak about in what I tried. I sat there and was like, this is a $30 cigar.
I just want to say that if Cohiba's Nicaragua is pretty crappy, I'm going to basically give my, in which, eventually, and I told Aaron this, between April and June, I will be buying a box, probably, of, and this is for you cigar smokers out there to review, since we didn't do a review, the Partagas Oscuro Cigarra.
Yes, I want to do those again.
Those are awesome.
But... in our videos, one of the things I talk about is it worth the money? $12.49, at least to us, is very expensive for a cigar. This was a once-a-year specialty where we ended up basically splurging. Christmas will do it too. So twice a year and birthdays, 3 times a year, we'll have a cigar over $10.
I do want to say, as Aaron said, and he'll say it again in this review, the reason I chose the Christmas to Go 2 sampler is because I wanted the $15 Divina.
Yes, but that whole thing
pay.
cost us $30 instead of the $90 worth of cigars and the Herfador that it comes with.
And this Herfador, by the way, for history purposes, I had bought a box of punches. They had for $5 more. You got this and 5 punch cigars. One of the cigars they took out that I was looking forward to.
And they gave you another signature.
Exactly.
Which you already bought signatures to get it.
Yes. But it's all gravy in my opinion.
So, anyways, I gave you the rating on the wine as a 10. Because of its uniqueness as a Cabernet. It's not for every Cabernet drinker. Put some in mine too. Try to go about half and half. Or so. There's not much left. So, the cigar, I'm definitely giving a 10. The price, this is a $12 cigar. I will say that this is worth every penny. And if you're going to go and look for a $13, $14 cigar to buy, this is definitely worth it. It's worth every penny of it. I would actually recommend you not pair it with anything other than maybe water or something. As a pairing with this wine.
I just want to say, because I know our brothers out there, Monte, Justin, and Wyatt from Desert Smoke, we love you guys. Make a video soon. That we just want to say, here, use this. That we want to say that, for the record, when it comes to this, if you guys have not tried it, do not pair it with any stinking coffee, because every time we see your videos on it...
You're drinking coffee, and coffee doesn't really seem to pair very well unless you're smoking a dark, rich cigar. So you kind of need to know what you're getting into if you're going to try coffee with it. Anyways, I give the cigar a 10 for the price point. It's worth the money. The wine, a 10. As for the pairing, I'm actually only going to go ahead and give this an 8 for the pairing because I don't think this needs a wine. I think the wine nearly ruins the flavor, even though this wine matches very, very well with it. Any other pairing, I think, would be like a 4 or less. It's just the uniqueness of this Cabernet in particular has very similar flavors. Still a little too sweet for it to match well with this, in my opinion.
My opinion, the cigar is 10. Plain and simple. Not because I decided to go with it. I've kept seeing people give deals. I mean, did you know at one time, one cigar shop I'm with online offered a box of these of 25 for $200?
I've actually seen these for 20 to 25 bucks a stick, which I don't think I'd pay that for this. But I would definitely pay 13 again.
Anyways, the reason I got it was I was looking for a decent cigar, and since I couldn't find what I was looking for, I decided through the hand of God or the hand of Jesus to get these. Now, these cigars are 10.0. There's no argument. Now, Aaron's right. Now, if you were going to drink the wine by itself, it's a 10. Now, pairing it...
Unless you're a huge Cabernet fan and you really like the flavor of Cabernet and you're expecting the flavor of Cabernet, this is actually probably going to be a displeasing wine for you because it's not a standard Cabernet. It's got a flavor to it that sits in the background on the back of the palate that just is not Cabernet flavored.
I know you guys out there, Desert Smoke, Cigar Dog, you like to hear my opinion. My opinion is you don't need to match. No offense. We decided to do wine reviews, yes, but we also decided to try it. Now, in my opinion, I regret pairing with this particular cigar because, as Aaron gave the statistics, if you were going to buy the cognac alone, you're paying $5,300. So, what's the point of wasting King Louis XIII fused tobacco with the cigar when, you know...
It kind of overpowers. That's all I can say.
And the flavor is just remarkable. It's got one of those consistent flavors where you want to smoke it all the way down to burning mode because you want to get your money's worth. But it's one of those cigars that Gurkha is completely made where it is not hit and miss. This is
at least so far. We've only tried 2, but neither one of us has had any problem. I did have a minor fix if you were just paying attention on there. I was getting a hangnail.
I want to say, for the record, I've had no fixes. Everything that was causing trouble worked itself out.
This is among the finest Gurkhas I have ever smoked. And I've smoked a lot of Gurkhas.
And I want to say, for the record, I might pick up 2 more Gurkhas before I go on our trip. And when we do, as you all know, you want Aaron in the video, I will personally be giving you another review without the wine. To tell you again, secondary opinion,
I will say there is one weird thing that I get from this. And I don't know if it's the wine or the pairing or the cigar, but I'm kind of feeling clogged up in my sinuses. And it's not from any cold or anything. It's definitely from this, either the pairing, the wine, or the cigar. And I can't tell you what's caused it. But I don't mind it. It actually feels okay right now because I'm mildly tipsy from all the wine. If that makes any sense, it's actually almost pleasant.
Exactly. But like Aaron said, he's right on the money. Do not pair it with wine. Now, if you do it, pair it, try to pair it with something decent, not something crappy.
If you're going to pair it with something, please trust me and try it with this. I really don't think there's another wine on the market that would match the flavor so well.
If your store has Casillero del
Diablo.
And by the way, he didn't tell you on the top, but it says Reserva.
I did say Reserva. I've said that twice now. And apparently this company's been around since 1883. Concha y Toro.
Just so you know, for the future reference, after March.
And by the way, they recommend that you pair this with red meats, herby dishes, or mature cheeses. I would definitely like to try this with some herby dishes. Something like a very good herb chicken.
I wanted to say...
And usually you do not pair Cabernet with a chicken, but a very heavily herbed chicken might actually work very well with this.
What I was going to say about this whole thing is when it comes to the wine is very good, but like I said, you don't want to pair it with this cigar, but it might be good with a different cigar. I, for one, was going to say that...
and for once, this is a cigar where I say anybody who gets this and decides to cut it in half, remove the tobacco, and fill it with pot is a fucking moron. I've known too many friends who've sat there and been like... Because I know a lot of potheads. But I've known one who took a Cohiba Red Dot and a Partagas Tubo, and they cut them open, removed the tobacco, and filled them with weed. It doesn't make sense when a cigar is this cost. Especially when it has a flavor like this, you're ruining it. You don't get the flavor from the wrapper. You get the flavor from the tobacco.
Exactly, but like I said, the cigar is great. The everything is just purely great, and I find it to be very tasty and very...
I suppose if you're somebody like Sir Mix-a-Lot or Jay-Z or something, and you want to end up making a blunt out of one of these, go for it. Whatever. You're rich. Who gives a damn? But if you're a street thug, or you're a hippie, or a wannabe hippie, or just a punk, skateboarder, whatever, this would be a total waste of your money. Totally. And I'm sorry I bring that up even, because I do not condone really smoking weed, even though I used to, and I understand. And I wish I could find one that's a mental buzz, but unfortunately they're hit and miss, and they don't sit there and advertise, this is a mental. I have a muscular problem, and if I smoke anything that's physical, I'm in severe pain. So, I don't smoke weed. I haven't in 10 years because of that.
Did you bring your phone with you?
It's charging.
Damn. I'll send you to your house then for a favor.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, getting back to the cigar in particular and the wine, as I said, it's 10 and a 10 with an 8 as the pairing. I think any other pairing would be like a 2 or 3 or less.
I would not pair this even with a Francis Coppola.
The claret might be okay. That might be a 6 or 7, but I don't know. This one beats the claret, I think, on pairing with this.
Yes. Well, anyways, I agree with Aaron completely, and we can go round and round and round.
Oh, we could talk all night long about how good it is.
I just want to say early, happy Valentine's Day, and I'm glad I picked
this
these
is
up.
only part 1 of our 12-part Valentine's Day special, because this whole month pretty much is going to be at least a Valentine's Day cigar every other day. So you have a long month, and there's 9 wines. We really splurged this year on Valentine's Day. And I guess that's just because, well, heck, it's an excuse. We're not really a couple or anything, but we still celebrate holidays because it gives us something to do. And not only that, celebrating a holiday, it's kind of hard to be bummed if you're trying to enjoy yourself. And yeah, being a single guy for the last 10 years, it's kind of a bummer to celebrate Valentine's Day alone. But we try to make it worth our while so that we're not so depressed. So yeah, we took a big hit in food this month. We're going to be eating spaghetti quite a bit. But what the hell? You know, somebody might say we're overindulging. We're still within our budget. Neither of us has gone into the red.
Nope.
And Rita at this point has enough money left over that she's actually contemplating getting a $100 cigar sampler, which we really don't need, but she wants to have one every day, not just every other day.
Him.
Yeah, and I usually have mine in the mornings, but I suppose I could do mine in the evenings in the future. I like waking up with
And I like Ike. So, with that said, please add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestion. And please give us your opinion. I'll have Aaron work on the tags a little later. Thank you. And
yeah, if you've tried either this wine or these cigars, we'd like to hear what you thought of them. Not just what we think, but please leave in the comments. I didn't like this wine very much. They're all messed up or whatever. I don't care. As long as you can share with others your own experience.
For the record, before I go, I'm going to let you know, probably in March or April to July, I'm going to be pairing some of our favorite cigars, possibly, if Aaron lets me, with some port wines.
Yeah, ports are so sweet, though, so you almost need a dessert cigar as well as a dessert wine. But we'll figure that out as time comes around. I definitely need to try one of those Tibet Naturals, or an Isle de Sol. Then we got the Cuba Cuba, and we can always try the deep dish or something, too.
There you have it. So, please add and subscribe. Please post comments, leave feedback, suggestions.
And one final thing. With the messages, it gives you an active role to be in our video. And if you have a question, we'd love to answer it during our show instead of just babbling about ourselves or what we're doing or whatever. So please, please, please take a moment, if you've watched this, to leave some form of comment, whether it's a question or concern about the cigar or the wine, or whether you want to end up asking us, you know, to do a certain cigar. We'll endeavor to try. All these things, they help. So
all we got to say is please use the comment feature or, you know, ask for suggestions when we get to it. We're like Radio Shack. You got questions? We got answers.
And if you give your thoughts on these things, then you help other people who've watched our reviews, because if they read the comments, they'll end up seeing what other people have thought, maybe disagreed with us or agreed with us. So there you go. That's all I got to say.
Please add and subscribe. Please post comments, leave feedback, suggestions. Thank you. May God bless you all.